our last episode, we finally found the Overseer and discovered exactly what she's been doing for the past year. She was concerned that the new people coming into Appalachia aren't inoculated against the Scorch Plague, and so she made it our mission to reach out to these people to convince them that they needed to get inoculated. We tracked down the settlers at their new headquarters of Foundation, formerly known as Spruce Knob. After convincing their medic Aubrey that the Scorched Plague was indeed a threat, Foundation's leader Paige agreed to get inoculated. Now, we have to convince the raiders that have returned to Appalachia. We already know from the primary quest that Rose, the raider robot at top of the world, has been trying to reach out to these raiders for quite some time. Looks like they finally responded to her radio broadcast. And so to make contact with these raiders, we need to head to top of the world and have a little chat with everyone's favorite bloodthirsty Mrs. Nanny, Rosalind.
Well, look who it is. I was wondering when you'd show up. Not that I'm a stalker or anything, but I totally saw you heading my way. So, what's on your mind? You miss me?
Oh, every minute of every hour, Rose.
Ha, flattery will get you. Everywhere! I knew there were reasons I let you live.
Yeah, I missed you like a thorn in my side.
Bet you think you're pretty clever there. No, I get it. I mean, I did maybe threaten you a teensy bit. But let's let bygones be bygones, huh? In fact, I'll even owe you one. How about that?
Your plan worked. The raiders are back.
Like there was any doubt. I knew it wouldn't be long once I got the signal boosted.
I need you to get me in touch with the raiders.
Right to the point, huh? That group you're talking about is run by this gal named Meg. I saw him head in about the same time as those other folks at Spruce Knob. If you want to talk to Meg, you gotta get on her good side, and I'm pretty sure I can swing it.
Who are the people at Spruce Knob?
Just a couple of hard-working losers. You know, the kind we like to refer to as suckers. They're giving Spruce Knob a real makeover, too. Putting up walls, rearranging furniture. That's a prime target if you ask me.
Can you tell me more about Meg?
Meg thinks she's pretty tough since she ran off on Margie. She wasn't even around to see the end of it all. Bet she's loving the fact that they bailed at the perfect time. So she's bound to be way up on her high horse right about now.
Rose here is alluding to post-apocalypse raider history that we uncovered during the primary plot to the game, a topic we'll fully cover when I do my series on the original story to Fallout 76. All right, Rose, let's hear your plan.
I thought you'd never ask. First, a peace offering. David had a trophy as a symbol of his leadership. You get that into Meg's hands, it's like passing the torch, right? Next, I'm gonna draw her ass out here with an extra special broadcast. Problem is, I need to access some old memory banks that David sealed off. He was an emotional guy. I get it. But I need you to find his original program, which I'm pretty sure he stashed at Rosalind's memorial.
She's talking about David Thorpe, the former leader of the Cutthroat Raiders, the guy who destroyed the Summersville Dam after the responders caught and imprisoned the original Rosalind. A token of power from the former leader of the Cutthroats would probably help establish Meg's control over the new raiders. Clever plan, Rose. But wait, David? Emotional?
Surprised? Sure, he may have killed and maimed a few people, but that doesn't mean he ain't got feelings. I'm pretty sure that's how this whole memorial thing came about.
Well, I suppose it's no surprise. I mean, if he blew up an entire dam when his girlfriend was in trouble, well, I suppose he might have made a memorial to her as well. What's this trophy you're talking about?
Just some old thing Rosalind made for David when they made him leader. You know, sappy romantic stuff. Ever since then, it's been like his own symbol of power.
Tell me where the memorial is, and that program's as good as found.
Yeah, about that. David sort of didn't want anyone to know about the memorial. He thought the others would think he'd gone soft, and well, he probably wasn't wrong. So, hope you like playing detective. You gotta get to David's room, get the trophy, and then find something that'll tell you where that memorial is. I ain't saying you'll have to trash the place, but you may have to trash the place. Easy peasy, right?
Are you gonna join Meg and the others?
Nah, not high up on my list of things to do. I'm just here to keep them coming. Besides, I'm cutthroat for life, and I got my little buddy here to keep me company.
Yes, but her little buddy Hank Madigan isn't talking much these days. After calling the raiders back, you don't want to lead them?
Lead? No way! Just thinking about that responsibility makes me twitch. I got the band back together to watch, not to manage the tour. Plus, now that they're pouring in, you can bet Appalachia just got a whole lot more entertaining. And I got the best seat in the house.
We can pass a charisma check of 4 to say, it sounds like there could be more to it.
This'll always be home. I can't leave top of the world. That'd be like betraying David, and we both know that'll never happen. Also, I may have pissed off Meg once or twice back in the day. I mean, probably more, but who's counting, right? Besides, I got the best view in town, and I'm pretty sure that white crap blowing around in the valley would be hell on my filters.
So you're too good for Meg and her crew, eh?
Well, duh. I mean, when it comes to being a raider, I'm sort of the best there is, so that's a no-brainer.
Maybe they'd come here?
Doubtful. Meg's probably keen on carving out her own territory, and the crater does look pretty sweet, minus all that powdery white crap. This'll always be cutthroat territory to her anyway, and no one wants a hand-me-down.
Let's get to work then.
Back to business, just how I like it. Ready to hop on that trophy and AI program?
All right. 1 trophy and AI program coming up.
I knew I could count on you, and I swear this will work. The shack alone will have Meg come looking around.
With that, Rose, spazzes out a little bit, and we can run for dear life. Oh, goodness, Rose. Calm down. Well, thanks to completing the primary quest and doing the Mistress of Mystery quest line, we know exactly where David Thorpe's bedroom was. Heading to the nearby resort, we can head into David's room where we find a trophy that we somehow missed before, sitting on his dresser. David's trophy. Ooh, that is a cool trophy. Oh, someone didn't like that. We see that David's bedroom has changed a bit. He now has this really epic-looking raider bed with a bottle of vodka under the pillow, of course. Activating it, the bed has been modified to be more appropriate for the leader of the cutthroats. We can leave it be, we can check under the bed, or we can pass a strength check of 4 to look under the mattress. A hefty hoist of the mattress reveals a secret stash of caps. 20 to be exact. Then, moving to David's desk, we can search it. The desk is well worn and has several drawers that could hold a clue as to where Rosalind's memorial is located. We can leave, search the desk, or pass a perception check of 8 to closely examine the drawers. A close inspection of the desk reveals a hidden compartment with stim packs in one of the drawers and a photograph taped to the underside of the desktop. With that, we get 2 stim packs and a photo of Rosalind's memorial added to our inventory. Then we can go kill these pesky Scorch that have been firing on me.
You got David's trophy? Pretty cool, right? Once Meg sees that, she's gonna know you mean business. She may have been a diehard, but they all started under David. Every single one of them. Even the gourmands would have killed for that trophy. Us cutthroats had all the power and they knew it. And that trophy was the biggest symbol of them all. Nice to see it still in one piece. Hope we can say the same for Rosalind's memorial in that AI program.
Taking a look at the photo in our inventory, we see that the memorial appears to be on a bluff overlooking the valley. That must mean that it's close by. There is writing on the back. And to read it, we have to back out of Inspect and then activate the same photo. Remember our anniversary? I stole that huge stash of chems, and you found that secluded spot across from Ripper Alley. We spent that entire night under the stars. I'd never seen you happier. Rest in peace, dear Rosalind, wherever you may be. Looks like David never learned that he was responsible for killing her. We already know that she was locked up when the floodwaters reached Charleston. She had no escape. Taking a look at our map, we see that the memorial is indeed on a bluff overlooking Ripper Alley. Heading that way, we find the memorial guarded by a deathclaw. Oh, where'd you go? She's sneaking up on me. What? Okay. Where are you, you jerk? Oh, I guess we scared her off. Oh, with the deathclaw gone, we can take a look at the memorial. We see that it's fashioned from skis, metal spikes, hooks, skulls, and a ram's head. Lying on top of a pedestal is a chem box inside of which we find Rose's AI program.
Ooh, so that's where he's been hiding it. And that memorial ain't too shabby, especially since it's David we're talking about here. So now you'll have to repair that holotape, and there's only one place I can think of that may still have a functioning terminal to do it. It's out at Solomon's Pond. I know, you're thinking, what's tech like that doing out at such a cutesy little wilderness place? Let's just say some seriously intrusive operations went down there, so I'm pretty sure it's got just what we need.
Oh, there she is. Well, the matriarch was kind enough to let me finish the broadcast before attacking. Thanks, fella. Now we gotta repair this holotape at a functioning terminal, and the one Rose wants us to use is at Solomon's Pond, of all places. Heading to Solomon's Pond, we find it infested with floaters. After clearing the place, we can explore, and almost immediately, we discover a terminal password holotape lying inside one of the outhouses. There's some medics on the floor and a first aid kit near the toilet seat. We find a couple of lean-tos with a tinkerer's workbench and a chemistry station, but that's it for outside, so moving towards the house, we can head inside and down into the basement, where inexplicably we find a really high-tech terminal here at Solomon's Pond. Makes me wonder what this place was used for before the war. Listening Station 4D20. Listening station, so it was a surveillance station? If we didn't find the password inside the outhouse, when we try to enter the password, we read, "All access is restricted to security level 5. Violators will be prosecuted at the highest level." And when we go back topside, we find a glowing one hanging out by the outhouse. This is Agent Kensington. The password inside the toilet. The first time I came here, Agent Kensington never spawned because I found the password immediately and used it immediately. The second time I came here, he only spawned when I tried to access the terminal without having the password first. I think we are to presume that poor old Agent Kensington has been in that outhouse for quite some time. Heading back to the basement, we can again access the terminal, entering the password, active user Agent Kensington, security level 5. We don't know who this agent was working for. Perhaps he was working for the pre-war government. Perhaps he was a private investigator. But I also think that he's a reference to Austin Powers.
You'll be working with Miss Kensington.
Mrs. Kensington.
Austin, Mrs. Kensington has long since retired. Ms. Kensington is her daughter. Vanessa is one of our top agents.
With the holotape in our inventory, we can choose the holotape repair option from the terminal. Holotape scan complete. Analysis, current readability 57%, projected restoration 100%, reconstruction needed true. Current holotape will be discarded and a new holotape will be issued. Please make a selection. Confirm. Fabricating case, duplicating data, copy complete. We've got what we came for. Now we can head back to Rose at top of the world.
All right, you're back. Just when I was starting to get bored, too. Hope you managed to repair that old holotape.
Can you tell me more about David and Rosalind?
They were into each other. David was never able to recover her body, so he made the memorial in secret. Didn't really want the others to see him all soft like that.
Why would David block access to some of your memory banks?
Who knows? Like I said, that guy was sensitive. Not everyone needs a constant reminder of their baggage.
So what do you think is on it?
First off, it's a whole lot of crap on David and Rosalind. I'm thinking it's like action-adventure meets romantic comedy, but not a good romantic comedy, you know? The kind that makes you want to puke. Second, it's the code I need to unlock some sealed-off memory banks that David didn't want me to access, but couldn't bring himself to delete.
Here's the AI program.
As usual, so reliable. I love it. I gotta admit, I've got some pretty mixed feelings on tapping into all these blocked files. On one hand, I'm sure David had his reasons for cutting me off. On the other, I'm pretty sure this would be a whole new world of entertainment for me.
Just scan for the words you need. Avoid the emotional baggage.
Maybe you're right. I don't need reality bringing me down.
You should take it all in. You deserve to know what he blocked.
You know, you're right. I definitely deserve to know. Now, just give me a second. Bleep, bloop, blorp, I'm a computer. Oh my god, talk about some serious drama here. This is some depressing shit. I mean, I knew David never got to say goodbye, but he really did hide what he went through.
Tough. Not like he's the first.
Yeah, good thing the others never caught him. They would have strung him up like my buddy here. Right, Madigan?
Are you gonna cry?
Me? Cry? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not some baby. I mean, what he went through is pretty sad though, right? And I heard it's unhealthy to keep feelings pent up inside. Wouldn't want to hoard all that emotion until some poor sap unknowingly triggers me. I mean, I could accidentally kill someone.
He must have loved her very much. He made you after all.
I like to think of myself as an upgrade, and I am pretty much irresistible. David only let me access the fun parts of Rosalind, but yeah, I can totally see why now. I mean, let's be honest, being all sappy and serious is a total downer. Blah.
We can pass a charisma check of 4 to say, you really should talk about it. What types of memories did you unlock?
Like a soap opera on overdrive. You know, boring stuff that no one cares about.
Yeah, not interested. Forget I asked.
Told you it was boring.
I never thought of David as the boring type.
Yeah, you think you know someone, right? No wonder he didn't want me peeking. Guy's got a rep to keep up, so I can't really blame him. Couldn't afford to let anyone think he'd gone soft after losing Rosalind.
We can pass a charisma check of 8 to say, I'd just love to know more about the memories. David sounds so fascinating.
Let's see here. David getting over his dead wife and kids, Rosalind helping him keep it together. Oh, David finally getting ready to propose to Rosalind. Ooh, then being devastated over losing her. David drinking himself into a stupor. You know, all sorts of crap no one wants to be reminded of.
Or we can pass a perception check of 4 to say, I get the feeling you really want to talk about it. You can tell me.
David was an interesting guy. He loved his wife and kids as much as he loved Rosalind, so losing them in the war wasn't easy. Rosalind helped him through that, so when he lost her, that was just about the end of the world for him.
He never talked about any of this with you?
Obviously, he talked about it with me. Silly. He just didn't want me to remember, so blocked off all those memories. That's why I needed that program, to access those sealed-off conversations.
How did he move on?
By creating a yours truly, of course. Oh, and blowing the shit out of the Summersville Dam. Who doesn't love some good old-fashioned revenge, right?
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, moving right along. Okay, now where was I? Oh yeah, the plan. Let me just run some filters, a little arts and crafts, and... Are you kidding me? All this data and I don't have the one word I was looking for? Okay, hate to break it to you, but I need you to go back out there and find me just one more itsy-titsy-witsy holotape. Best bet is Arctos Pharma, David's old corporate stooge job. I need you to find me a holotape with David saying the word negotiate.
Of course she needs one more holotape, of course. It wouldn't be Rose if she wasn't sending us all over the place. But wait, David was a leader and never used the word negotiate?
Yep, no negotiate, no compromise. It was his way or the highway. It's part of what made him such a badass leader.
What's this plan of yours?
Just using my amazing skills to put together a little broadcast for Meg with David's voice. If she thinks there's even a chance that David's still alive, I guarantee she'll come running. Not because she likes him or anything. Ugh, gross. But if David pulled through and she bailed, she knows he'll be out for her.
I'm on it. One holotape coming up.
My hero. Now get out there and don't get yourself killed. Did I just say that? It makes me feel like a mom.
Rose the mom. Yeah, she strikes me as a motherly figure. Well, now we gotta go to Arctos Pharma, where apparently David worked before the war. We've got to find a holotape wherein he uses the word negotiate. Now, Arctos Pharma is big. There are a couple of terminals, a few holotapes, some pre-apocalypse lore that's pretty interesting. And it all ties in with the very large event that's going on in the basement. It's a bit too much to cover here, so at some point I'll come out with a dedicated video talking all about the lore of Arctos Pharma. For now, we'll focus on the quest. But post-Wastelanders, we find two more holotapes here. In the main control room, where we see a map of Appalachia, we find Thorpe, October 3rd, 2077, 9:34 a.m. in a desk.
Tessa, I need those reports by 3 today. Are you ready for the meeting?
Nervous as hell, but ready as I'll ever be.
I'll be nervous. If I didn't think you could do it, you wouldn't be going.
That's oddly reassuring, coming from you.
Take it as a compliment. You've got the business sense and legal background to have my job if you wanted it. I'd even venture to guess you're recording this very conversation.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
And that is why I have every reason to believe you'll be running this company someday. You're gonna do fine today. See you in an hour.
See you there. Damn, he's good. He'll never incriminate himself. This may take a while.
Wow, David Thorpe sounds like he was a true cutthroat businessman. Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. And we find his next holotape in his private office, which is fully equipped with a golf tee. On his desk, we find Note to Self.
Note to self, book tickets to Pleasant Valley. Also book to DC in case Rita bothers to check up on me. Oh yeah, and tell Rita to fire that cook, what's her name, because she completely ignored my express distaste of pickles. Pretty sure she does it on purpose at this point.
And he doesn't use the word negotiate. But then, in a garbage can behind us, we find board meeting.
All right, folks, these terms are ridiculous. Absurd, even. I'm not signing until we see at least 80% profit.
These terms are perfectly reasonable. Since when are environmental laws and fair wages ridiculous and absurd?
Since they take away 30% of the profits we're set to gain, Lawrence. You can talk to me about fair wages when you give up your bonus.
Come on, David. We need to wrap up this deal. Our partners are getting impatient. There has to be room for negotiation here.
I'll be the one who says when it's time to negotiate here. Our partners are only impatient because they need this deal more than us. They just hope we don't realize it. Now go back to your desks and figure out how to get me that 80%, or I'll find someone else who can.
And there it is, the word negotiate. And of course he only said it because he was responding to someone else who suggested that he negotiate. Well, with the holotapes in hand, we can head back to Top of the World to check in with Rose.
All right, time to finish this little pet project.
How did David go from corporate executive to cutthroat leader?
Leadership skills, charisma. David was the full package, really. Not to mention just a whole lot of tall, dark, and handsome. I think it did him some good to finally blow off some real steam. You know how corporations and their HR are big fans of murder.
I'm getting serious Christian Bale and American Psycho vibes here. Well, here's the holotape.
Ooh, I gotta admit, I don't have many files on David and Rosalind talking about their pre-Raider days, so this'll be pretty interesting. I'll just give it a quick listen. Yep, sounds like David alright. Ruthless even then. Getting back to business, a little slice and dice, some audio love, and voila! Mission accomplished. All you gotta do now is take a quick trip to the nearby relay tower and set up a new transmitter to get this bad boy broadcasted.
You're kidding, right? You can't do it here?
Look, I need a new transmitter hooked up. I ain't gonna sacrifice my own signal just as you can get some FaceTime with Meg.
What does this entail?
Oh, just using a holotape to set up a new connection so I can transmit this message. Nothing fancy.
Sure, nothing I haven't done before.
Oh yeah, I heard that old Duchess lady's radio signal start up a while back. I should have known that was you. Here's the program you'll need to run at the relay tower. Just load it up and follow directions. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this, really. And here, as a token of my gratitude, you can have this old holotape back as a souvenir.
To complete this task, we can go to any relay tower. The closest one for me was Relay Tower LWB-122. Heading inside, we can access the relay terminal and load the hookup. Congratulations on not screwing this up. Now, prove you're not a moron and select Activate Transmitter Connection. Failure to do so means you're an idiot. Hugs, kisses, and chems, Rose. Good old Charmin' Rose. We can activate the transmitter connection.
Remote transmitter connected. Beginning recorded message loop.
Hey, Meg. Listen up. I'm David fucking Thorpe. Get your ass over here. Top of the world is where it's at. Mezzanine. It's time to negotiate. Or I will kill every last one of you. Hey, Meg. Listen up.
Broadcast loop confirmed. Congratulations. Your transmitter is now connected.
Is that great or what? Anyway, confession time. Sure, I could have got Meg out here lickety-split. I mean, don't get me wrong, she really ain't my biggest fan. But believe me, this broadcast, way more fun. Now, you probably want to haul ass back to the mez, because something down there's making all the racket, and you're going to want that place nice and tidy for when Meg shows up.
Oh, great. Well, so she just wanted to waste my time. Typical Rose. Heading back to top of the world, we can take the elevator to the mezzanine level, where sure enough we find a bunch of Scorched. Once the Scorched are dead, the elevator doors open, and out walks 3 raiders, led by Meg.
The hell is this? Where's Thorpe?
Sorry to mislead you. I wanted to talk, and this was the only way.
Wait, you mean to tell me David ain't even here?
You came to talk, right? You can talk to me.
Bullshit. I'm only here for David. If that bastard survived, I want to see him. Now where is he?
David's not here. I had Rose send the message.
You got that old diaper pail on your side? So who the hell are you? Don't tell me you're one of those worthless settlers.
And what if I was?
If you are, well then, this conversation's over. Because you're trespassing, and we don't take kindly to criminals.
I'm from Vault 76.
Holy shit, a vault dweller! Even better. You come scurrying out of your little cubby hole and you think you can start making demands? Think again.
If it weren't for Vault 76, you'd have no Appalachia to come back to.
Excuse me. Boy, you got some fire in you, I'll give you that. And maybe we might owe you that. So, 7-6. What's this all about?
I have David's trophy.
David's trophy, huh? Wow, it must be dead. Or turn tail if you've managed to get your hands on it. Huh. I take it this means you recognize me as leader around here. Smart. Looks like you got yourself a brain after all. Seeing as how I'm feeling generous, I'll spare you a minute to tell me what you want before I get back to retaking Appalachia.
What do you mean, retaking? You left this place behind.
We left to survive. And if you hadn't noticed, it was the right choice. You can't just claim everything for yourselves just because we stepped out.
Appalachia belongs to all of us.
Yeah, Margie was into all that live and let live talk. Hate to break it to you, she ain't in charge now. I am.
The only thing that matters right now is the Scorched Plague.
You don't get to talk to me about that. We lost everything to that disease while you were all sitting pretty underground.
The bottom option eventually winds back to the first one, so we'll say, all you did was loot and kill. Anything you lost, you deserved.
They teach you how to look down on people in those vault classes? While you were stuffing your face with years' worth of supplies? Only one thing keeps you alive out here, 7-6. Take or get taken.
You're lying to yourself, trying to justify all that blood on your hands.
Think I'm gonna take a guilt trip about killing? Oh, Daddy-o. You really have been in the dark, haven't you? Yeah, I kill people. You know what? I sleep like a baby afterwards, because that means less assholes to worry about. Death is the ultimate end of an argument. You better get wise to that.
Here the conversation winds back to inoculation. She has the same response to both of these options, so we'll say, you're lucky we need you inoculated, or I'd make you back up those words.
Inoculation? That's just some bullshit the responders made up to sucker the weak out of their supplies. Didn't fall for it then? Sure as shit ain't falling for it now.
We can pass a charisma check of 8 to say, sorry, but we need to move quickly. You're the boss. You can make the decision now, right?
I already made a decision. You're asking me to change it.
We can then pass a charisma check of 8 to say, but what if this raid doesn't work? You'll be humiliated. You'll need something to prove you're still a good leader.
Something like a cure to the plague. Is that it?
And then we have to pass a charisma check of 12 that I couldn't pass even after using chems. I believe this one, and the intelligence one, allows us to use dialogue to skip the next part of the quest. But since I couldn't pass these checks, and I don't want to miss anything anyway, we'll say, you didn't trust the responders? Why?
Look, I don't trust anyone. And I especially don't trust anyone who says they're just here to help. I know enough about people to know they've all got an agenda. And for most, that's looking out for number one, themselves. At least with my crew, we're straight about it. No one here came with me based on false promises. They're here because I'm their best bet at staying alive. And once that ain't true, they'll either bail on me or turn. And I'll be ready.
We can pass an intelligence check of 4 to say, you're arguing that collectivism is never worth the sacrifice to individual autonomy?
You're giving me a headache, 7-6. But yeah, something like that. That inoculation idea was just a way to get us to march to their tune. Wasn't anything more than that.
Or we can pass a perception check of 4 to say, responder bases probably made tempting targets for you.
Ain't that the truth? That's what made it so stupid. Like target signs on their damn back saying, hey, come and get it! Oh, the idiots. And that inoculation idea of theirs was just one big lie, dig?
Or we can pass a charisma check of 4 to say, community building often requires collective effort and sacrifice.
That just sounds like a sack of rules to get people to do what you want. That's not a party I want an invite to. You're full of crap. Just like that inoculation idea of theirs.
You're right. They were just pushing people around.
You're finally getting hip. Just still peddling that inoculation idea of theirs.
If you had worked with them, you could have stopped the Scorched.
Oh, please. They would have just used us as meat shields while they sat back to figure things out. We would have been dying while they worked on that imaginary inoculation of theirs.
The Scorched are coming, whether you believe me or not.
Oh, I know all about the Scorched. Got my own plans, like wiping them out. Why don't you take a look yourself? Got a raid going down right now that can show you how it's done.
Where is this raid happening?
Up north a ways, closer to the crater. Ain't gonna let any of those things linger too long near our base.
Fine, I'll check on them. But if your way doesn't work, you get inoculated.
Oh, I'll take that bet. You'll see. We're back. We ain't gonna let anyone stand in our way. Head out to their location and find Aldrich. Tell him I sent you. Once you got it all wrapped up, head back to our base. It's the crater. Built out of that old space station. Believe me, you can't miss it.
With that, our reputation with the Raiders increases sufficiently enough that we go from being hostile to them to being cautious. Now at least they won't shoot us on sight. But we still have a long ways to go for them to trust us.
Pretty sure you got somewhere to be.
These Raiders didn't know about the Scorched plague, and they thought they could just wipe the Scorched out with a small little raid. Well, looks like now we've got to check on this Aldrich to see exactly how well they did. But sadly, I'm all out of time. We'll pick up right here where we leave off in my next episode. I publish new Fallout videos each and every week on my channel, so if you don't want to miss that episode, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have already, but you still feel like you're missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter at Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I've got a shirt shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. You can find them on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. YouTube members and patrons on Patreon are becoming increasingly important as YouTube continues to make platform changes that makes the future of YouTube monetization uncertain. So to all my members on YouTube and my patrons on Patreon, you have my sincerest thanks. I couldn't do this without you. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with more brand new videos.